battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be... Returnable, it's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Attack here, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now back to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 23 yards on the play. Good throw there to start the second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we're going to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick 6. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those and get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll run it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Right back to him on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit. Gone.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Detroit.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 more there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Point after here coming up. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25. To the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Hey, no, check, Patriot!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. On play action, they'll throw. Being chased out left. And he finds a man at a crossing route. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on third down for the Browns. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Watch it now, Barney!
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. A spin. And now running right through it.
Any return to get you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing right, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Titans getting set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Carson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Detroit!
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll run it here. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Looking to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. They'll set up a throw. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally, you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now a perfect 6 for 6 since taking over. Can't ask for better than that. 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Gone! Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Titans on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 56.
He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And they'll go on the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Short game last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking right, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there. He's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, what we learned there is not just the defense that can hold the lead. Special teams comes into play, and they keep them in front.
Yeah, oftentimes we talk about the offense and the defense. Here it's that 3rd phase, it looks like, that's going to decide this game.
Yeah, how many times have we sat in those coaches' meetings, and they always talk about, well, we think special teams, that could determine the game, and we walk out, and sometimes, heck, I'll admit, I even roll my eyes. They're right. See how big that was? That just changed the complexion.
And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.